Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Reaching Riches here. So today we're going to go over the Yieldmax funds YMAX, YMAG, SDTY, and QDTY. All right, so we're going to see how they did this week and what the estimated yields are going to be, or sorry, estimated dividends are going to be for next week. All right, so um let's go over into YMAX and YMAG. This one's going to be pretty simple. So on the 26th for YMAG, Phoebe and NVIDIA declared. So Phoebe declared 47 cents and NVIDIA declared $1.61. So that's pretty good. I think that's higher than their usual or what they've been doing lately. Yeah, NVIDIA over here paid 82. Then over here they paid 89. So this is like double. So pretty good. I think there's a lot of it's like volatility leading up to earnings. So I think so. Oh, did they? I don't know. I don't remember when earnings was. I think it was like this week or last week. But anyway, volatility, a lot of volatility in the market lately. So total, or sorry, so they're gonna declare this out on the 5th, which is a Wednesday, March 5th, Wednesday. So total outstanding shares right now is 19.775 million. Total dividends that they collected here is 4.9 million. So let's see what they're gonna pay out next week. 25 cents. So 25 cents is what they're gonna declare out. So that's pretty good for YMAG. I mean, I think that's the second highest for the year so far. So that's actually a pretty decent dividend there. Now let's go and take a look at YMAX. So YMAX here. So they got dividends from Phoebe, 47 cents, NVIDIA, $1.61, GDXY, 44 cents, Babao, $1.91. Babao's, man, that's a pretty nice dividend right there. JPMO, 29 cents. Murney, 23 cents. Murney's just not great. They need to kick this fund out. PLTY, massive $5.93. Massive dividend, but it did had a huge run up after earnings, so they were able to capture that in the synthetic and pay it out. At least that's what I assume, because ain't no way you're making that on just short calls. If anything, their short calls are getting blown through unless they're writing them super far out the money. All right, Maro, $1.55, so pretty good. So like I said, this is gonna get declared out on the 5th. Current outstanding shares is 51.25 million, and what they collected in dividends is 12 million. This is huge. Like, look at this compared to everything else this year. This is like definitely the biggest one so far. All right, let's see what we're gonna get paid. Okay. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a lot more. Because I did this math like earlier in the week. I just ran the numbers and I thought this was gonna be more. But yeah, so 25 cents what we're looking at is they have like a ton of outstanding shares right now. So 25 cents on both, so pretty good. All right, so let's look at SDTY and QDTY. So let's look here. So this has kind of been one of my favorite ones to track right now, just because it's really interesting to see what they've been doing. So Monday here, 60-50 strike. So I don't have the index what it closed at. At least I don't have it right now. But I'll just tell you now that the only ones that they lost this week was Friday, from that like rally at the last 8 minutes of the day. So just keep that in mind. Going forward, I'm gonna get the index price here so we can see how it did. But knowing that context, here they had a 60-50 strike, short strike on the SPX 14 contracts, collected $8 for it. So total of 11,200. Here XXP, 5 contracts like 78 cents, and then here they closed the 60/50 for what, $3.75. So they got a little over half. So they collected over 50% on this, and then they wrote another one, $15 further out of the money, for another $1.50. So total for this day, they collected $1.53 per contract. So pretty good. So they collected a total of $84.40 for the day. Pretty nice there. Tuesday, or wait, I think this is Wednesday because it was a short week. So was it short week today? Wait, no, it wasn't. Sorry. Last week was short week. All right, so Tuesday here, 60/50 strike, or sorry, 60/05 strike. Collected $1.80 or $8.80 for this. Then they had a XSP, collected 76 cents. Then they closed this 60/05 for about 50%, a little over 50%. That's their trend. I've started to notice that now that I've been tracking it, that their strategy is to sell their call. If it hits 50% profit, they will close it out and try to write another one further out of the money, unlocking more upside potential. And that's really what I like about these funds so far over the Roundhills. But we'll have to give it some time to see how they perform compared to Roundhills. But so far, I'm really loving this. So they collected over 50%, a little over 50% here, and then they rewrote it for 60/20. So that's what, $15 out of the money. So pretty good there. For another $1.77. So really, we got $7.56 per contract for this. So collected 9,900. Pretty good there. All right, and then this is Wednesday. 59.95 is our strike, collecting $6.65. Then we did the XSP, collected 52 cents. Then we closed the 59.95 for about half again, for $2.95, and then we sold it another. I think that's their plan. Is on average is about $15 more upside. And look at this one, 50.95 to 60.10. It's about $15. So unlock $15 more of upside for 97 cents. So that's what, $5.17 per contract. So collected 6,700. So these numbers don't look like a lot, but when we get to the end, it's actually pretty decent. All right, so Thursday, 60/10 strike for $1.03 with $1.30, or sorry, $8.30. And then XSP again for 81 cents. So no rolling here. They didn't close anything, make a new one. So they just let these ones expire. So they collected $9.11 there. So here they collected 12,000. So that's pretty good because they didn't have to close anything. So they got full premium for that. All right. So this one's nice. Now it looks like they have enough money to not have to do XSPs. So this is all SPX now. So they did 59.05. All right. So collected $8.72. They closed it for $3.47, and then they sold it another one, $10 out the money, or $10 further out of the money, for $1.97. So keep in mind, this is the one that we lost here. So because that 8-minute rally at the very end, but we collected 12,274. So our current outstanding, or sorry, let me extend this a bit. All right, so weekly total. So we collected almost $50,000. So that's pretty good. So 49.5 or so rounded is what we collected. We have 175,000 outstanding shares. And let's see what we're gonna get paid. 28 cents for SDTY. That is a nice dividend. All right, so QDTY, This one was actually really nice. Let's go and review their trades. All right, so this one, same thing here. 50% profit targets what they're doing, and then rewriting it further out on the money. So let's see how they did here. 21,750 is their strike. Collected 41.70. And then XND collecting 63. Then they closed at 21.7750 for $17.52. That's like 60%. Or almost. That's damn good. That's damn good. All right, and then they wrote it like, what is that? $60 out of the money, further out of the money. So they unlocked a ton of upside there for another $7.82. So total they made 77.36 in premium for this day. So that's great right there. All right, and then here Tuesday, 21,390s are strike, collected $42.80, and then they had an XND for 87 cents. They closed out the 21,390 for 25,778, and then they sold it another $60 out of the money, for $11.28. So they collected 94 here. So pretty good. All right, and then Wednesday, 21,250s are strike for $40.50. Then they had a 2120 XND for 64 cents, and then they closed out the 21,250 for about half for $20.59, and then they wrote another one, $70 out of the money, further out of the money for $6. So this one they got a total of $26.55 per contract. That's pretty dang good. All right, and then Thursday, 21,400s are strike, collecting $43.10. Then the XND here, 214 at 41 cents, and then they close 21,400 for $2. Wow, they got like 95% on this one. And then they wrote it $20 more out of the money for another $2.13. So really they only lost 64 cents in premiums just to write it $20 further dollars out of the money. That's pretty good. Here, Friday. So keep in mind, this is the one that they lost. I think everybody lost this one besides T-Spy, and I'll tell you why here in a bit when we get into some comparisons. So 26.50s are strike here for Friday for $43.80. They did the XNDs again for 32 cents. Then they closed to 26.50 for about half, and then they wrote it like $100, like $110 out of the money, further out of the money for another $5.45. So that's pretty good. So they unlocked a ton of upside here. All right, so they made $36,406 for the week. They have 75,000 shares, and let's see what we're gonna get paid. 49 cents this week. Whoo, that is a good week. Wow. Yeah, these guys really got me considering moving to Yieldmax. But there's I just want to see like a longer track record. These guys really only been out not even a month yet. SDTY will be out in a month next week, and then QDTY will be out in a month for like once we get halfway through March. So all right, so 49 cents. That's amazing. All right, so let's get into some charts, and then we'll go into the data here in a little bit. All right, so charts, SDTY versus the competitors. This is since SDTY's inception. Total return. So winning right now is SPY I, only down a negative 1.24. Then you got GPIX, WDTE, SDTY, and then S&P 500. So We are beating the underline right now. T-SPY actually down. That's actually pretty surprising. And then XDTE at the bottom. I hate to see it, but you know, it is what it is. XDTE has been getting hurt lately. Uh, and then Yieldmax and Defiant collecting like a ton of premium. It helps them on the downside, so that's great. Spy Eye and G Picks. I mean they're doing great too. So yeah, Yieldmax is beating the underline and beating Roundhill right now. So that's that's crazy. I love XCTE too. So, but you know I'm not married to these funds. I'm willing to change if performance isn't there. So I may have to switch to Yieldmax. Right now I'm really weighing the difference between Yieldmax and T-Spy right now. But time will tell. All right, so the Q, so QDTY versus its competitors. This is since its inception of February 14th until today. So not a long track record, but you know, tracking since inception. So QDTY winning, beating everybody right now. Only down negative 2.29%, or sorry, 2.92%. Then QQQI, QQQY, GPIX, QDTE, and then the Qs. So QDTE barely beating out the Qs right now, but all of these are winning over the online right now. But QDTY down like way less than everybody else, so that's awesome to see. All right, and then this is YMAX. I just put up the S&P 500, and I guess I could add alt in here. Let's just add alt, see how it's doing. All right, so S&P winning, beating everybody right now. Alt second place, YMAX, and then YMAG. I think the Magnificent Sevens are just really getting hit hard lately, so that's why they're down so much. Full disclosure, I am not in any of these funds right now, alt, YMAX, or YMAG. I used to hold YMAX and YMAG until maybe what week and a half ago. I sold them out. Wasn't really happy with them. So just want to let you guys know. And then lastly, I just want to get into kind of the differences here. So I don't have it in the data. I put it all on RDTY for now as like a placeholder because RDTY is not trading yet. But this was pretty interesting right here, right? What do I have on this side? Oh, okay. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this is all of them. So really what I want to focus on is this side right here. This side. So really this is just a comparison between Roundhill YMAX, or sorry, Yieldmax. So for the Qs on Monday, Roundhill collected $24 per contract on the Qs. Yieldmax collected $32 dollars per contract. So that's a big difference. On the S&P, Roundhill collected $4.68. Yieldmax collected $5.75. So more premium overall because they're doing this closing out and selling for more. Generally, they're not too much more aggressive than Roundhill, at least from what I've seen so far. And then I think one day they were actually more aggressive, but it worked out. So Roundhill on Tuesday for the Qs, $21.74. For their S&P, so XDTE, $5.73. Yieldmax for the Qs, $28.30. And then for S&P, $6.80. So they won there. On Wednesday, Roundhill, $18.73 for the Qs. Yieldmax, $26.55, killing it. S&P 500, Roundhill, $3.48, and then Yieldmax, $5.17. This is Granite shares. I haven't fully been tracking them, but they started here with their with their index. So they collected 50 cents per contract, and then 35 cents. All right, so I'm just gonna remove this one for now. And then over here, Thursday, Roundhill, $39.53. And then for S&P, they collected $8.98. And then look at this, killing it again. Yieldmax, just in general, collecting much more premium, $42.87 on the Qs and $9.11 on the S&P. And then Friday, Roundhill, $24.53. And S&P $6.68. Then Yieldmax for the Qs $29.07, and then for S&P $7.22. So this was really interesting. So on average, Yieldmax collecting more premium and unlocking more upside. I really like the mechanics of how they're doing this. 50% take profit, then rewriting it further out of the money. That's awesome. And then if just one last note, if you haven't watched Income Architect's interview with the guy running T-Spy, y'all should watch that. It's a great interview. And I think from that interview, I understand why T-Spy has been performing much better than the others. It's because they will write their calls, and once they hit 95% take profit, they will close it out, and they don't write another one. That means, let's say they write a call at open, and then let's say in like an hour or two they close out for 95% profit. That means the rest of the day they are uncapped. So if we have a crazy rally, they're gonna take it all. So that is one thing I really do like about T-Spy. So each one of these has their own mechanic. Roundhill, they write their call, leave it, expire at the end of the day, cash settle if they lose. Yieldmax, 50% take profit, rewrite it further out of the money. And then T-Spy, write it, 95% take profit, and then rest of the days uncapped, and also overnight uncapped. So that is awesome. All right, so that's all I had for you guys today. Quick recap: 25 cents estimate for YMAG and YMAX, SDTY 28 cents, and QDTY 49 cents. All right, I'll catch y'all in the next one.